This video demonstrates how to set up an Open Platform Communications Unified Architecture, or OPC UA for short, connection to your IT enterprise application for your I/O link and Ethernet IP devices. In this architecture, we want to bring information, process data, and diagnostic data from all the devices at plant floor level to the IT enterprise application level via OPC UA. This information and data are already organized and available with their detailed name tag and proper data structure in the controller. The OPC UA data server resides in the FactoryTalk Optix platform and uses the existing tags in the controller and makes them available to the IT application layer. This simplifies the workflow and user experience for setting up the data server, which makes it easy to manage external connections for the enterprise application and to optimize network traffic. In the following use case, we will explore the three main steps for getting data from two Logix controllers connected to an I/O link-enabled ultrasonic sensor and a PowerFlex 525 AC drive. Then, configure an OPC UA server via the FactoryTalk Optix platform to push the selected tags. The tags are then consumed by an OPC client running as the IT application. To set up the OPC UA connections to pass data to the end application, follow these steps. Contextualize the information from one or more controllers. Set up the data server to host the required information. Then demonstrate the solution with an endpoint application. In the next example, we have the two control systems previously defined. We will show how the device tags are already named and structured in the program. Through implementing explicit messaging within the controller, users can get non-cyclical data from the ArmorBlock 5000 I/O link master block. In addition, by using ArmorBlock 5000 I/O and I/O link blocks, all I/O link devices are integrated like an Ethernet IP device or node. You can access the I/O link device AOP via the I/O link bus. Under the controller tags, you will find the ultrasonic sensor tags in a structured manner. These named tags are generated automatically by the IODD file associated with the I/O link device. For other Rockwell Automation Ethernet IP devices, such as the PowerFlex 525 AC drive, you will find similar named tags and structures which you can easily identify and associate to their corresponding parameter. Rockwell Automation Logix controllers offer premier integration, enabling access to contextualized data in the I/O tree without additional programming. Now, we will configure the data server to host the required device information. In the next demonstration, we will configure an OPC UA data server via FactoryTalk Optix software. Open FactoryTalk Optix software. Select the Optix panel to be used for the development and create the new project. Click the Configure Communications to Devices icon to set up the connection. Following that, we will get the required or selected data and tags from the controller into the OPC server. Click New Station. Select and name the communication driver to be used to establish connection with the controller. For this example, we will use an Ethernet IP driver. Enter the controller IP address. This will point to the required data structure inside the controller. Identify the new connection created. This will allow us to select the tags from the controller in order to move the data into the OPC server. You can browse the tags offline with the ACD file or online when there is an active connection with the controller. For this example, we will browse the tags in online mode. All the tags that reside in the controller will get populated here, and you can select the required ones for the data server connection. This workflow provides a convenient and simplified user experience. This concludes the configuration of the tags for the data server. Only the selected tags will be available to the clients from the data server. Next, we will configure the data server as an OPC UA host. Here, you can see that the data is configured on the server from the controllers in Station 1 and Station 2 respectively. Expand OPC UA under the project view in FactoryTalk Optix to configure the server parameters. That will allow clients to connect and retrieve the requested data. Define the URL for the server. This will be used by the OPC client to communicate with the server. In this example, the server is running on a local computer, so we are using a local host as the URL. If the server is hosted in a FactoryTalk Optix panel, this should be the IP address of the panel. This concludes the data server configuration. You can also design an HMI interface, like the example shown here. This HMI application is running locally as a display, along with the configured OPC UA data server. This local interface displays real-time values from both stations and controllers. This data will also be moved to the endpoint client that is connected to the server. Now we will use an endpoint application to show the available data. In this example, we are running a FactoryTalk Optix project on the host computer. As you can see, the Optix application displays the real-time data. Run an OPC UA client application to visualize the data being pushed from the server. Any OPC UA compatible client can be used. In this example, we are using UA Expert from Unified Automation. Enter the server endpoint URL from the server. This is the only configuration required to establish communication between the server and the client. If required, set up the user authentication and encryption via the server certificate. While running the application, you can see the data from the ultrasonic I/O link enabled sensor and PowerFlex 525 AC drive, moving from the devices into the OPC UA client in real time. Values passed from the server to the client are also updated in real time. The OPC UA client shows the data structure available from the controllers. This data structure was previously defined in FactoryTalk Optix when creating the connection to each controller and selecting the desired data tags to make available from the server. In this example, the tags are related to the ultrasonic sensor and PowerFlex 525 AC drive.